only chance the Democrats have to win is if Joe Biden dies very soon.
See, he's actually doing the reverse of Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger came out and said, well, I'm not a fan of Biden, but if we run Trump out there, we're going to lose. But Joe Rogan's saying, hey, if you run Biden out there, you're basically going to lose.
Okay, and this is a game that Fox is, to play off that, this is a game that Fox News has been running for a while. Fox News had also been doing the whole, if Trump is the candidate, he will lose to Biden. It's a slam dunk. We will lose the White House if Trump is the candidate. They've been trying to, that should have told everybody what they needed to know about Fox News right there.
Right.
You know, because, yeah, they've been saying that a lot for
I believe
3
they're
or
doing
4
this on
months
purpose.
now.
They're doing this on purpose to actually get the Republican voter to change their mind about Trump. That's the only reason why they're saying that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Joe Rogan opined on his incredibly popular podcast that only chance Democrats have to win the Oval Office in 2024 is if President Joe Biden dies, quote, very soon, and someone else steps up. Rogan made the comments on his show while interviewing his guest, Dave Smith, a stand-up comedian. And let's just play a little of this. I think I've got it paused here.
Okay.
No solution other than Biden dying like very soon and then someone stepping up in a big way.
Okay, so he just said, other than him dying and somebody stepping up, Robert F. Kennedy stepping up, by the way, this is what he truly said altogether. The fact that he's running again is so wild when you watch him talk. This is something Rogan has been very critical of, the age component here, the dementia component in all this, the fact that Joe Biden is absolutely not coherent enough to be president. I mean, he's not coherent enough to be in a lot of positions at this point. Let's be
He's
real.
worse now than he was in 2020.
He never should have been on the ballot in 2020.
No.
He was it's very akin to what they've done with John Fetterman, propping up his mental capacity in order to get him on the ballot. Right. And I mean, Fetterman shouldn't be in office either right now. The fact is, there's no leadership that can find a solution to this, because there's really no solution, he continued. Like, what are they going to do other than Biden dying, like, very soon? Then someone stepping up in a big way, that makes sense. Smith pointed out that Biden, at his advanced age, is already past the average life expectancy for the U.S., quote, which is not beyond the realm of possibility, Smith said. He's older than the average life expectancy, I believe, already. Not saying he will die, but that's possible. Rogan theorized that Democrats were trying to figure out a plan for how to get rid of Biden, but couldn't. I can't come up with one, Rogan said. I mean, I'm not a political strategist, but, you know, I know the landscape. I know who's out there. Biden will be 82, and if he's reelected, he'll be 86 at the end of his presidency. By the way, and we don't bring this up, but we should. You do realize this mother effer could just die while he's in office in a second term.
Yeah.
Die of natural causes.
The way that you actually the way you actually get rid of Biden, if you're a Democrat, primary debates. Also, you got to get better candidates too. I mean, Marianne Williamson ain't cutting it.
No.
Bobby Kennedy, he could, but the establishment does not want him.
No, he's too right. He's too far on the right for them to want him up there. Gavin Newsom, I still believe, is who they really hope will step up out of nowhere to run. Democrats love him. They love him, and he's radical, and they love what he's done to California, which is frightening.
That's why everybody's leaving California.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard them opine about him on The View. They love him on The View. Gavin Newsom, like, the sun rises and sets by him. You already had Gavin in there measuring the damn curtains for when he's in office. When Joe Biden was out of town, Gavin Newsom showed up to the White House and was hanging out in the Oval Office. Who the hell does that exactly?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think at some point now, let me ask you this. Do you think the Robert Kennedy thing would prevent somebody like Gavin Newsom from throwing his name into the hat? Or do you think Gavin is under pressure by Democrats to not throw his name in the hat? Because it's clear he wants to run.
Yeah, but the establishment wants Biden. That's why, and I believe they're in cahoots with the DNC. That's why they're not holding any debates. I mean, because look at the average Democrat voter. They're not going to know what's going on because that's the people, they get uninformed voters.
Do you think they're concerned about how the exodus that happened from California? Do you think that's influenced the Democrats in not being behind the scenes and sort of pushing Newsom out there and being like, dude, announce? And not only that, but who the hell is going to be the vice president? You cannot put Kamala Harris out there again.
Kamala is way more unpopular than Joe Biden. She's incompetent. I mean, her main job is what? The border. It's a disaster. She has not actually went down there. She went to El Paso. No, I think she did, right? But she went there because Trump was going there. So she was being reactionary because Trump went down there. I mean, Joe Biden's approval rating is bad. Kamala Harris, way worse. People don't like her. It's just that simple. They don't like her at all.
She's and I've said you've always got to take this into consideration. The presidency is to a point with a lot of people is about just flat likability.
Likability, yeah.
I mean,
But still, how in the world is Joe Biden likable? But he's not.
It's weird because I think there's a subset of people out there that view him as like everybody's grandfather kind of dude, Oh, well, that's Pops. He's older and he says some things. But they'll give him a pass, but they won't give Trump a pass. Biden has said way worse shit than Donald Trump ever has. Blatant racist shit.
Let me ask you this:
the time he's from, it's all good.
Let's say that Biden gets the Democrat nomination. Do you think they're going to try to pull out all the strings to not have a debate?
Oh, absolutely. They're going to try to shelter this dude as best they can. Now, the question
he won't be out there campaigning, I believe.
So let me ask you a question. If Newsom runs and Robert F. Kennedy runs, and who's the lady?
Marianne Williamson.
Who the fuck is that? I don't even, I've just now heard this name.
No. She was the one that had white people on their knees begging black people for forgiveness after George Floyd. That was her. I mean, it was ridiculous. You had these black people with tears in their eyes, like what? I was like, get off your knees. That's Marianne Williamson. Pathetic.
Wow. So do you think they would go out on their own and have a debate without Biden?
You talking about like it'll be RFK Jr. and
yeah, they could have the other three candidates could have a debate without Biden.
No,
which in my opinion would actually make Biden look even worse. Because
I know that's why I don't think that's going to happen. But you know what?
But the candidates could agree to do it themselves.
I wish this would happen, man. Joe Rogan, hold your own debate on your own show. Bring Marianne Williamson, RFK Jr., invite Biden if he doesn't show up. I mean, Joe Rogan has a big audience. That's what I would do. But I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Washing their feet like Jesus did for the disciples, one step too far, said in the comments.
Yeah.